Welcome to the Living While Loving Your Child Through Addiction podcast. Here, we focus on self care as we tend to our own lives while also extending love and compassion to our kids. This podcast offers science backed skills to bring hope and healing to your entire family. Today, I have to share what is on my heart. I saw something where somebody was talking about giving advice, telling parents not to be codependent and not to enable. And those messages frustrate me deeply. Like it goes all through me and it makes me angry when I see it. When parents are labeled this way, it is so disempowering and it's actually harming families. It does not help them at all. I just want you to imagine yourself standing at a busy intersection and you don't know how to cross it. You're standing on the corner feeling nervous and intimidated. You're trying to figure out how you're going to get across the street. Then somebody stops and asks you if you're trying to cross the street. You feel embarrassed to admit that you don't know how, but you're vulnerable and you're courageous and you admit to them that you don't know how to get across the street safely. And their response to you is, well, make sure you don't walk in front of any cars because if you do, you'll die. And then they turn around and walk away. All that you're left with then is feeling worse than you did before. You still have no idea how to get across the street safely. You already knew not to walk in front of a car. What you really need is for somebody to say behind you, there's a pole with a button on it. And when you press that button, the traffic lights will change and traffic will stop. And across the street, there's a sign that will show you that it's safe to walk across the street. All you have to do is just make sure you're watching for any cars that aren't paying attention as you're walking across the street. That's what we need when we're trying to help a child who's struggling with substance use. We don't need somebody telling us what not to do. We need somebody to give us clear steps, clear actions that we can take. We need somebody to show us how that we can stay connected with our kids and help them in a way that is safe and helpful. We're often told that our instincts as parents are not only wrong, but that they're a problem and there's something wrong with us for wanting to help. And your instincts as a parent are not a problem. They're actually the key to connection. Connection is what gives you the influence to support positive change. From the moment our kids are born, we are biologically hardwired to love, protect, and stay connected to them. It is not codependence, it is being a parent. The bonding hormone oxytocin floods our system, which strengthens that attachment to our baby, and it makes their well being feel as important as our own well being. That connection is a survival mechanism to ensure the continuation of our species. So when we have a child struggling with substance use, it goes against everything in us to step back and or to be told that we're too involved. We're told that those natural instincts mean something is wrong with us. Yet if there's any other crisis, some kind of illness, injury, mental health struggle, we're encouraged to lean in, not to pull away. Yet when it comes to addiction, Parents are given advice that directly conflicts with our instincts. And then we are doubting ourselves. We're feeling confused. We're feeling guilty. No matter what we do, it feels wrong. But again, your connection with your child and your instincts to help and support them are not the problem. It's the key. Connection is one of the most powerful tools that you have as a parent. You do not need to stop loving them fiercely. You just need to know how to help them in a way that's effective. And just small intentional shifts like learning how to communicate with them in a way that they can hear, learning how to listen to understand what they're trying to tell you rather than listening to try to fix them. Learn how to reinforce positive change and set loving boundaries. These things can make all the difference. You deserve guidance about how to do those things because you are not powerless. Your love for your child and your desire to help them is not a mental health condition. And you are not alone in your desire to help and support your child. You just need to be empowered with tools and support that lift you up rather than tear you down and tell you what not to do. This podcast is focused on telling you all the ways that you can help. So the next time that you're worrying that you might be concerned you're codependent or enabling, because those voices are always in the back of our head, we can't get rid of them for very long. Or maybe worse yet, somebody else calls you those names. You don't have to take it on. Think about it like a sweater that you got for Christmas that you don't like. It's scratchy, it doesn't fit right, so you don't wear it. You don't have to wear those labels either. They don't fit you. Instead, I want you to take a pause, close your eyes, take some deep breaths in, put your hand on your heart, and thank yourself for showing up for yourself, for your child, and for the love that you give them so freely. Just feel your heart beating. Really connect with yourself. That heartbeat is your love, courage, devotion as a parent. And just say out loud to yourself, I appreciate you. I see how hard you are trying. I am proud of you. Give yourself that validation. You deserve it. Then stop and question the judgment about being an enabler or codependent. Do those words really serve you or your family? Is there a different way that you could look at it? What's your why behind the behavior that you or someone else is labeling as enabling or codependent? What's your why? And do you like your why? If you don't like your why, that's okay. Continue being kind to yourself because you're just doing the best you can. Check in with your values and your inner guidance system because you are the only one who has to live with the result of these decisions that you make. Nobody else who's judging you or calling you these names has to live with the results of the advice that they give you. They just give the advice and walk away like the person on the corner in the example that I gave earlier who said, don't walk in front of cars or you'll get hit. Remember, you deserve to be supported. And one of the most powerful ways to get support is actually to support yourself with that kind inner voice that appreciates you, that doesn't label you, and doesn't wear labels that somebody else offers. Trust yourself, honor your instincts, and believe that you are capable of navigating this journey with courage and love. That's it for today. Thank you for listening to the podcast today. If you found this episode helpful, I'd love for you to take a moment to leave a 5-star review. Your feedback helps other parents find the support that they need. If you're tired of feeling stuck, scared, and unsure what to do next, you can schedule a Road to Recovery call with me. We'll explore what's possible for you and your family with support with someone who truly understands. You do not have to navigate this alone. The link for the Road to Recovery call is in the show notes and on my website. Until next time, remember that taking care of yourself isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. You matter too.